What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the We'll See You Later podcast, where we talk all things sports and entertainment from our point of view, the fans' point of view. This episode 16 is brought to you by Happy's Energy and Nutrition, the best energy on the planet. We are your hosts, Jeremy and
I am Jordan, and today we are going to dive into some Diamond Hogs. We're going to talk a little NASCAR. We're going to get into our little WWE questions and thoughts. We're going to give you a question of the day, and then our always famous We Recommend and Would You Rather, followed by our heartfelt How You Really Doing. And that's what we got today.
You guys don't want to miss it. Jordan, what time is it? It's pig walk time. This weekend, we're going to touch up on the Diamond Hogs this week. This past weekend, Jordan's upset. But we have conquered the West. The SEC West is done. This past weekend, all we had to do was win one of three. We did that exactly the way that we're supposed to. We are the 2 seed in the SEC tournament. We are going to be facing either Alabama or South Carolina Wednesday. They play Tuesday, so they're going to have a little bit of some wobbly legs, hopefully, walking into that game. I'm excited. Being a number 2 seed is fantastic. We have a bye. And then just announced today, Hagen Smith wins Pitcher of the Year. So congrats, Hagen.
Well
rocking
done,
the
kid.
Hagen Smith shirt
You are
today.
rocking your Hagen Smith shirt.
The back has him sitting on a crown of K's because he's a strikeout king. Okay,
He is. He never disappoints.
Not at all.
I just wish the offense would help him.
Not at all. So Jordan, let's dive in. We SEC. You're worried, I think, a little bit.
It's not that I'm worried. Listen, I'm that parent right now that I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
In what?
I'm disappointed that our offense is like, you know what, guys, we got Hagen Smith out there. We don't have to really do anything. Like, let's just go in there and poke around, swing for the fences.
Okay, yeah. So our identity and our bats has yet to be truly found, which is crazy.
Because we hit different for each pitcher.
Right. Thursday, Hagen Smith pitches an unbelievable game. 14 strikeouts. We finished with 20 strikeouts. We lose in extra innings, 1-0 off of a walk.
On 11th inning.
A bases loaded walk from Will McIntyre, the only batter he faced. That's the only time you'll hear me say this year, I hope that the better team lost. We were the better team Thursday. Hagen should have won that game. He didn't lose it because we went extras and he only pitched 6. But then we turned around Friday, did our thing, won the West, and then Saturday to me is a trash game. It was just a throwout game. We pitched a lot of people. We rotated a lot of people. A lot of Hog fans are upset.
That's a terrible mentality.
It's not.
It is.
It's not.
That is not how my West was won.
Okay. Have you ever watched anybody in any other sport when a week doesn't matter take time off?
I want to go back to the first thing you said. You said we conquered the West. We didn't conquer anything.
We did.
We slipped into that number 1.
We didn't slip in.
Barely.
That doesn't matter. That makes no sense.
That's not how my West was won.
That is how your West was won.
By taking 1 out of 3 games.
Yeah, it was.
That's not how my West.
We'll say this: it was taking 1 out of 2 games, and the third game didn't matter. That's how well
Wyatt Earp is rolling over in his grave.
That's how well the team played this year. That they only needed 1 of 3, and they got it. Okay, am I happy that Saturday we got blown out? No.
Perfection.
But at the same time, have you ever seen a Week 18 NFL team take all their starters out and move people around?
Nope,
yes.
Never seen it.
You're full of crap.
So you want college baseball to be the NFL?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that we are perfectly fine Hog fans, and that Saturday's game, if you sit there and pay too much attention to it, you're wasting your time. That game did not matter. Whenever it was 5-4 and we were still in it, but when they started to separate, you clearly saw we're going to rotate pitching. We literally had guys come in for a couple batters just to get some arms in. And then we even started pinch running everybody. So Saturday doesn't matter. We are the number 2 seed. We could lose by 10 on our last game of the year and still be the number 2 seed overall.
Every game matters.
It does not. Now it does. Yeah. Actually, no, it doesn't. The SEC tournament doesn't matter.
So you want to go into a win or go home scenario at this point with the kind of weekend we just had?
Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. Because the actual stars showed up on Thursday and Friday.
We're defense? No.
That's not true. We're 2 feet away from winning the game Thursday.
Oh.
2 feet. So eventually the ball will bounce your way. It just didn't.
A few feet don't cut the butter.
No, I mean, it did this weekend. We cut butter just fine. SEC West champs. I don't get it. I don't get it. Being the number 2 seed, though, is great. We've drawn Kentucky's side. They're the 3 seed. Again, we just got to beat Bama or South Carolina. We win one game in the SEC tournament, we should stay in the top 8. We're number 5 right now overall. If we can win 2 games, we're guaranteed to stay in the top 8. If we win one, I think we're still fine. I really think that the conference tournament is stupid how they put it together and how it's 3 days after you just had the last weekend, which normally matters the most. But I think we're perfectly fine.
We'll see.
You do not. Jordan's a little worried. I don't know why.
Show me consistent offense and I'll be happy.
That there is no such thing.
There's no such thing?
There's no such thing as consistent offense.
Show me semi-consistent.
I was going to say, in baseball, there's no such thing. It can't be. You'll have a team. We scored 21 points last year in a super regional and turned around the next day and scored 1.
Oh, I know.
Like, there's no such thing. But we win one game, we're happy. That's it. We're hosting a regional and a super regional. Hog fans, go nuts. I believe this weekend we're starting Brady, Tiger. Yep. We saved him. He did not pitch this weekend. I think he was a little bit sore or he's a little injured, but Brady, the man. Brady's going to be starting, I believe, Wednesday. Not many people have their starters at the ready until this weekend. And so these first couple games are going to be like just piece together your pitching core. And again, these guys are playing the day before. We're not going to be getting their best pitchers, so our batters should be up to the task, and Brady's just got to hold them at bay. So I think we can really open one up here. A 7-3 kind of game would be my prediction against Bama, maybe a South Carolina, because I just think they're going to be a little tired with the pitching staff.
Be tired.
Pitching staff.
Yeah, everybody's going to be tired. I just hope it's not sloppy baseball. It doesn't have to be explosive baseball, but don't give me sloppy baseball.
A win's a win, baby. But defense looked fantastic. Pitching looked really good on games 1 and 2. Games 3, just rotating those guys in. Didn't look so great. But other than that, I thought the weekend was fantastic playing-wise, the first 2 actual games that were there.
I was so not focused this weekend. I just felt like arguing with you. I didn't watch any of the games.
It's okay. There's actually a lot of fans that are like, we lost by 10. How you do that? You got run ruled. Watch the game.
I would look at the score and then be like, well, I don't know what's going on. Then I would say something to you and you would reply with what was really going on. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. I'm going to poke him anyways.
Yeah. That's okay. I watched it from the golf course up. So now, guys, we're going to talk about NASCAR, one of my favorite sections. We're bringing it up. We're going to get you guys involved in some NASCAR shit, okay? For me, this past weekend was the All-Star race.
Did my guy win?
He did not.
Did my guy wreck anybody?
He wrecked himself. So
what's his name?
Yours is,
who cares? He's in the Jordan car. Doesn't matter.
Tyler Reddick.
Goat.
He's not the goat.
I'm gonna get his flag put on.
Do it.
Put on mine.
Ryan Blaney got.
I'm gonna hang it just a little bit higher though, because he's.
Then Dale, I'll kill you. I'll kill you in your sleep. I will unalive you. I'm sorry. Ryan Blaney got 5th. I thought he had the car. He had a terrible restart with like 10 to go and lost it. But the winner's Joey Logano. No one really gives a shit because no one likes Joey Logano.
Nobody.
So enjoy your $1 million in silence, you little.
Whoa.
What we do want to talk about.
You really don't like.
No,
that
he's
guy.
a punk bitch.
Joey, if you're watching,
he's like this. He looks like the Beavis and Butthead character. He's like this all the time. He's an idiot. I hate him. But
that's what I look like all the time.
The best part of the All-Star weekend, he won $1 million. That's great. Who cares? Kyle Busch and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Lap 1, Ricky dives in the middle. Forces 3 wide at Bristol, which doesn't happen often. But if you
said that was bad, forcing 3 wide.
It is. It's a little bitty track. But normally 3 wide means someone's going to have to give. Ricky does not hit Kyle no matter what Kyle has said. He saw the window, took it. We're going for $1 million, man. There's not very many windows to take. If you open one immediately, I'm taking it. Ricky, Kyle, and another driver go 3 wide, come out of the corner. Kyle's got nowhere to go. He brushes the wall, doesn't take him out of the race. He clips Ricky. Nothing happens. We're good. Kyle then proceeds to follow and wreck Ricky on the next lap on purpose. Ricky waited outside the trailer for him, confronted him, and then waxed Kyle's ass. That's the best part of that's NASCAR.
At least they usually have that
for 2 hours, he waited and then stood outside the dude's trailer. And Kyle thinks he's the shit, so he walks up because he's got a mouth. and is like, "You wrecked me," and he's like, "I didn't touch you. Go look at the video." Boom.
Check the tape.
And then Ricky's daddy got in there and started trying to fight
Kyle. Gotta be old.
Oh, it was great. And then Kyle's the player of the day, the guy in the black and green car suit who was throwing bodies off of the trailer.
2 dudes at once.
Yes. 2 guys thrown off Kyle. Then he throws the dude off the trailer. Luckily, there were people out there to catch him so he could crowd surf.
And he reaches over the bar and like pulls somebody through. He looked like Kane pulling somebody through the ropes.
It was amazing. Absolutely incredible. So that's the player of the day. That corn-fed mother trucker was throwing bodies. I want him on my team at any point in time. When Thanos comes down, I want him. Because he was throwing people. It was incredible. I'm Team Ricky on this instance. Ricky's not got the best reputation. I'm Team Ricky on this. Kyle deserved to get his ass whooped. At the end, Kyle's like, I suck just as bad as you. It is what it is. No penalties should be given. None. They were already given in the parking lot. I mean, maybe for wrecking, but I don't think the fight part you should get fined for or anything like that.
No.
But that was NASCAR this week. Screw you, Joey Logano. Hell yeah to NASCAR and fight.
So now we got to talk about the drama, the men's drama. That's basically what it is. Just
my elbow drop.
It's a man's soap opera.
Is that WWE?
That's WWE.
Wrestling?
Yeah.
It is a man's soap opera in underwear.
The only big story right now is apparently the Bloodline, the new Bloodline. So I want to pull up a picture and see if he's got his little weird like Paul Bearer suit on, and I was like, I'm just curious because I haven't paid attention. Is he wearing shoes?
Solo?
Yeah. Like,
I don't know.
Wearing shoes? Like, because I feel like seeing Solo in shoes would be weird.
He's got to be wearing shoes.
Yeah, but like
penny loafers.
Yeah, that's weird. Like just picturing it looks weird.
Snakeskin boots.
So now this, the new Bloodline,
Bloodline 2.0,
2.0 is coming after Randy Orton,
the Viper. Again. You don't go after Randy.
Oh man, with the King of the Ring coming up, and Randy's really trying to push to win that sucker. They tried to interfere in one of his matches, and something about Tama Tonga. He was sitting there, and after the match, like he's like, "Don't go anywhere," and like pulled up the mic. He ended up winning. And he like pulled up the mic and he says, "Listen," he goes, "Bloodline, you must have forgot who the f- I am."
He said that?
Yes.
I love that.
He said
he cussed. Did they bleep it or
they bleeped it? I think,
but he still said it.
I'm pretty sure. Maybe that's just my like dramatization in my brain.
I hope so.
But he definitely did say, "You must have forgot who I am." He whooped out of Tama Tonga.
I love it.
So Randy's back on his rampage.
As he should be.
I always love a good Randy Orton.
Randy Orton to me is one of the best. Arguably could be on someone's Mount Rushmore. Could be. Could be.
He could be on any, yeah.
I think he by the end of it all should be in the conversation of picks, I think. Personal opinion. I'm not saying that I think he's the best of all time.
He's not top 5, but he's not.
But
he's not past 10.
Yeah, he's in that conversation where you're like, hey, and he's carried this company for a long time.
He's stuck with it.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, that's all I got. AEW is real quiet right now. I'm waiting for them to make a splash.
Yeah,
like you've got to bring MJF back, or something's got to give over there because they're drowning.
Yeah, they got to do something. The Swerve era's got a MJF Swerve would be fantastic.
Yeah,
but you gotta have a yin to the yang.
I'm telling you, if you want more views, one of these companies needs to sign Joe Hendry.
Oh.
His song is now on Spotify, #1 in the UK on Spotify.
Okay,
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Jordan wants him. He wants him to be signed to a big name. So
that's my draft pick.
What's that? The Royal Rumble entry.
Oh my! It's too
far away.
Too far away.
Mm.
We need him before that.
We need him now.
And then pair him with Sheamus.
Oh God, Sheamus been eating too much.
That's okay. Or Drew McIntyre. If you're not going to push Drew McIntyre, give him, because his seriousness and Joe Hendry's goofiness, they would be and they're both Scottish.
Love it. That should be his first rivalry.
Those two?
Yeah.
No, I think you team them up. I think you do. I think you do what
Drew's
Bianca
playing so selfish right now.
Well,
I don't know if I would.
I don't know how good of a wrestler Joe Hendry is. Like he's strong, but I don't know how good he is in the ring. So put him with somebody like Drew, kind of like they're doing with Bianca Belair and Jade Carter.
Right.
Like let him get his wrestling up to par with everybody else, and then send him off, or have them backstab, and then you just have another Scottish war.
I like that.
Yeah, but because you have Drew McIntyre, who's full on Scottish heritage, and Joe Hendry, who wears silk shirts and chinos. I love it. I'm here for it.
That's your new favorite.
That's it. Yep. My favorite wrestler right now. And I've never seen him wrestle a match. I've seen his finisher, but I've never seen him wrestle a match.
But you know his song. He knows the song.
Oh, yes, I do. Every word. My wife was singing it this weekend with no
She
like
did it.
nudge. She was, and now we got my daughter singing it.
Oh no. Family tradition now.
It's a family tradition. All right. Let's move on.
All right. We actually are going to have a little bit of a new section. We said we want to be an interactive podcast, right? So we actually had somebody answer or ask a question.
We did?
We actually did. Someone asked a question. They said, with our new quarterback, Taylor Green.
Taylor Green.
That's who's, by the way, on the video game.
They made whoever was on that video game was not Taylor Green. I think they already had that.
KJ.
It was supposed to be KJ.
And then they just put 1-0 and made that Taylor.
Because Taylor Green is not that dark.
And not that big. Like he was a big dude. Yeah. He was more tall and lean. But
they had to do something.
Question was, do we think Taylor Green is going to be a good quarterback in this new system?
No.
You don't think so?
I think he's going to be a great quarterback.
Oh, okay, I was about to say.
I trust in Bobby P.
I do too. I also think that Taylor Green is the right fit for this system.
But it is such a shame that I cannot watch.
Oh, yeah, you vetoed out.
Boycott.
So, Jordan has boycotted the Razorback football program.
Oh, you keep
until they get rid of Sam.
But I think he may get a pass just because he signed Bobby. Well, he didn't, but just because Bobby P's there.
For sure. I believe that Taylor Green is a fantastic quarterback. At Boise was, to me, head and shoulders above most of the people out there. And now coming into the SEC, he's the right build. He's got the legs. He's got the arm. He has the physique. I'm going to say this. I believe that he is like a KJ.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he will have the year this year that people thought KJ would have last year.
You ready? You ready for my little mun? It's like if Ryan Mallett and KJ had a baby. Because he's tall, long, he's got a strong arm, and he's got a little bit of KJ where he can move in.
He can run, too. This kid's fast.
That's their baby.
But I think that...
Peace.
Truth. I like that. He has, I think, the total package. But I truly believe that this year for him is going to be what we thought KJ was supposed to do last year, and he didn't get that shot, really, because it was our offensive line being so bad.
It was so bad.
I'm excited. I'm hopeful. We are ranked pretty much dead last in the SEC. So that means it's only up from here. But
even over, even Vandy?
Yeah, they're right. But
that's tough.
I truly do believe that we can win. I'm hoping. I think a 6-6 is not impossible. I really don't.
Okay.
And if you're a Hog fan, 6-6 is fantastic for a start over.
9-3, baby.
You're an idiot. If we go 9-3, I'm going to say I hope so. I just don't. I can't see it.
I'm gonna do you one. I'm gonna say 7-5.
I'll take that. That's a tough one.
You say 6-6.
I am. I'm saying I'll take the 7-5. That could be realistic. I think we have a shot. We're either going to go 5, 6, or 7. What is it going to be? I don't know.
We'll find out.
I'm just excited to see that offense. And I truly believe that Taylor is going to be a fantastic quarterback. I hope that we just mesh well and we give him time.
Yeah.
And I hope that our wide receivers, because we really didn't get to see him that much last year, can really be developed in like they are. They create separation.
Okay, we got the baseball player.
We create separation. We can actually make catches. Like we have on paper, these guys look great.
Yeah.
It's just, can they mash together and can we have time? And the biggest question mark of them all is not the quarterback. It is that offensive line.
So we'll see.
Yeah. Precision. Lightning McQueen. Okay.
I want those Crocs.
The Lightning McQueen?
Yeah. That light up.
Mm?
Yeah.
Good sugar.
Good sugar.
That's-
Yeah.
That's chick.
Wow.
I'm chick.
You're what?
Good sugar. Good sugar.
You know, it comes out the lightning, the thunder.
Good sugar. Good sugar.
That's what he said.
Good
He
sugar.
does.
Because his name's Chick.
With his mustache.
Good sugar.
I like Mater more than anybody, though.
Oh my gosh.
I also like Ramon. Hey, you need the pinja. What about Von Dutch style? And that lady's like, look, honey, Von Dutch. Von Dutch. Okay.
Oh god.
All right, we're going into our movie section, the entertainment side, not the sports side. We're going entertainment now. That entertainment is going to be we recommend a movie or a show that we've seen recently or one that we've got back in the bank of our minds that we can't get rid of that we have to express to you. We are big movie show nerds, okay? We love watching anything and everything.
Okay.
We're going from 2010 to 2020.
It's a 10-year era. That's a whole decade.
Yeah, we're going to go just by this decade. What did you pick?
So my movie, which I'm kind of cheating here, I've never seen it. It was a recommendation to me from the great Matthew Lillard.
Okay.
Personally.
Okay.
We went to, which we'll get into later. We went to a big horror movie convention because me and my daughter are big fans.
Yeah.
Andrea loves what we love because she's
Big
the
Scream
greatest
fans.
supporter.
Massive Scream fans.
She is. I'm a Friday the 13th guy, but my daughter is such a big Scream fan. Matthew Lillard is her favorite actor. So when we got to do our little meet and greet with him, our signature,
Matthew Lillard, by the way, is Shaggy.
Yeah, Matthew Lillard is Shaggy. He's in Without a Paddle. He is Stumacher from Scream.
Yep.
He is in Hackers with Angelina Jolie from like the 90s. I've always loved everything he's in. And I have to say, we'll get into this. I'll get into that later. When we get to
Yeah.
So
He recommended this
he
to you.
recommended this movie. It's called Fat Kid Rules the World.
Okay.
He directed it and is in it. Not a lot of people know about it, but he was talking about it on the Q&A from this weekend, and I want to watch it. There is a guy in it who will be on one of my later recommendations, who was he was an actor. I've only seen him in one movie.
Right.
It was one of my favorite movies growing up that I'll pick another time. But he acted in this movie, and he's a very prominent actor, and he said, this is the best movie I've ever acted in.
Ooh, wow. Saying a lot.
And so Matthew Lillard directed it, and I recommend it because I'm going to watch it in the next day or two.
And
myself.
it was recommended to you by someone
yes
in the world.
And I was like, oh, you okay.
That's impressive.
Yeah. So that's
we're going to get into that in a second. That's going to be the best part. I'm going to recommend, to me, a top 5 movie.
Oh.
For me of all time.
Top 5 movie for you.
Lawless. Have you seen Lawless?
I have. Are you talking about Shia LaBeouf?
Yes.
Who is back on the red carpet scene after like a 10-year hiatus?
Good for him.
So proud of him.
Love him.
He looks great.
Love him.
But no, I've never seen that. I've
Lawless
wanted to. I wanted to see it when it came out, and like there's something about me. If there's a movie I really want to see, but I miss it in theaters, I'm probably not going to watch it until years later.
It is so good. It is so good. It is based in the 20s in the moonshining era. About the Bondurants, which are real people. It's all true. And it was the moonshine and bootlegger style.
Okay.
Right? The law was in on it. And then the cops come down and try to move them around and say, like, you got to pay us to do this.
Oh, tax.
Yes. And Forrest Bondurant, played by Tom Hardy. Best character.
Love Tom Hardy.
Best character ever. Shia LaBeouf is actually the little brother, and he's the weakest of the group.
Okay.
And then the other two are drunks, but they're badass.
I'm pretty sure I'm the weakest out of my siblings.
And it's phenomenal because they say we're not paying. Like,
yeah,
it's incredible. Funny twist I met a Bondurant.
Did you really?
Yes. Came into the store.
Okay.
Lady comes in, checks out. Through the receipt, her last name says Bondurant.
Yeah.
And I go, Bondurant, that's one of my favorite movies is Lawless. And she goes, yeah, that's actually my husband's family.
What the
I was like, no. And she was like, yes. And like Forrest, Tom Hardy's character, makes this grunts all the time, like when he's doing stuff.
Yeah.
She goes, that's real. Like her husband, he's like, he does those same grunts.
Huh.
Best thing ever is one of the best lines of the movie was Forrest looks at the cop, and the cop's like, "You better pay your tax to us. You owe us money." And he says, "I'm a bondurant. I don't lay down for nobody." Right? And then the fight's about to happen.
Yeah.
This lady comes in and says her son the other night goes, he's playing a video game. She was like, "Go in there." I'm like, "Go to bed. Like, it's time to go to bed. Turn it off. Go to bed." And she says, "I come back 10 minutes later. He's still playing the game." I'm like, "What did I say?" He said, without a hesitation, he turns and looks at me and goes, "I'm a bondurant. I don't lay down for nobody." And she said, I turned and walked away because I was mad, but I was laughing.
I bet
And so-
I've had those moments as a parent
like-
where you have to turn and walk away because I want to punch you,
Yeah.
but yeah.
I 10 out of 10 recommend Lawless. If it's on TV, I watch it. It's
Okay.
that good to me. The story's beautiful. It's based out of West Virginia, and they got them old school country accents, the old school cars, the bootlegger style stuff. It's insane. It's sad but good. You will love it.
Okay.
Recommendation
Done.
done. All right. I think you're gonna answer this one quick.
I think I'm gonna answer. I don't know. I always answer them quick and then I backtrack. So I'm actually gonna give myself
right.
time to think about this.
We got a good would you rather today, guys. We got a good one. I think that Jordan's gonna answer this really fast. This section's gonna be quick, probably.
Quick.
Jordan, would
Yes.
you rather be a famous actor or a famous musician?
Oh, musician.
Okay. Why?
Because it's a form of, I'm not saying that acting's not, but it's a form of art that, like,
Just think, because we're
The-
movie fans too, though.
we are.
What if you are the star actor in like your favorite movie that you've ever seen? You are the guy.
Nah. That would be great. It'd be cool to be like known as that guy, like everyone. But no, like, it's because I've always wanted to play an instrument.
Mm.
I've wanted, there's been more times in my head where I'm like, man, I wish I was in that orchestra than I've been like, man, I want to be on that movie.
I too have chose musician. I just think too, like the way you can change someone's mood, and how you make people feel. I think it's incredible to meet an actor, or to
You mean like a singer?
either way.
Oh, I mean like I was the best piano player in the
You
world.
could do that.
Or
It's a musician.
Mine. if
I think
was-
a band member. It could be.
my music or my form of music would be, I would want to be a EDM DJ.
Okay.
Because they're so freaking hype and they make the hardest beats.
I'd be a country singer
I believe that.
or a classic rock singer. That'd be cool. But like you just see how people's songs can change your mood. I think that, you go to a movie, I get lost in the movie. I love the actors. Denzel to me is the GOAT actor of all, like the best of all time. I will watch everything Denzel. If I met Denzel, it'd be incredible. But for some reason, it's like once Denzel's movie's over, and if I'm not talking about Denzel, it doesn't do much for me.
Yeah.
But like I hear music every day,
Yep.
and that
You
can
know-
put you in a certain thing. And it's like I can relate to music so much faster and more
It's
common.
relief. It's relief. Musical relief is instantaneous.
Yeah.
Like a movie starts and I'm not like, ooh, but a song will start and I'm like, oh.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with that. I think that you just watching people at concerts lose their mind to catch someone's pick, or to get a picture with them, or touch their hand, or when like you see someone give out like their guitar, or call someone up on stage. Tim
Yeah.
McGraw got to do a gender reveal. Like it's just really cool to see that kind of stuff. I would want to change people's lives that way. That was the easy would you
That was
rather.
an easy one. Yeah.
I thought you would pick movie. I really did.
You did. Oh no.
I
No,
thought
I
you would
would like
go
to
with
be a
like I want to
musician.
be like you wanted to be Jason the actor.
Oh, for like Friday the 13th.
Yeah, like or you'd want to be someone.
No, I'd want to be more of a Adam Sandler. I would want, if I was a movie star, I would want to be like Adam Sandler, where I have my own production company. I make what movies I want to make, and I always bring my boys along.
I would want to be either Morgan Freeman
Morgan Freeman.
or Matthew McConaughey, just because of their voices.
Yeah. You'd want to have that iconic voice
I
that
just
everybody
like their
knows.
voices.
Yeah.
All right, brother.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. Hey,
Yeah.
how are you really doing?
I think I'm doing pretty good.
Listen, this is like 4 or 5 weeks in a row that you're doing really good. I'm happy.
I am.
I'm happy at Happy's.
I am. I'm doing pretty solid. A lot of mental evaluations
Okay.
as of late.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm doing good. I'm trying to get in a good headspace. Trying to get back to the old me.
Oh, what do you mean?
I think like once I lost my dad and I kind of lost my way. I knew I was really sad for a while, and then I didn't know that I was kind of in depression.
Yeah.
Until it was brought to my attention, and I'm trying to claw back out of that. Yeah, I've been dealing with like a lot of what I call jumble head. Like, whenever I'm having a moment with someone that's very important, my brain starts to put doubt in my mind of like, I'm not worthy of this conversation. I'm not worthy of this person. I'm not worthy, or you don't deserve this, or this person's going to do this to you. And so my brain distracts me from having a moment with someone. That's been happening a lot, like in my relationship. And so we've had to talk about it. So I'm starting to realize that to me, that's the enemy trying to distract me from what's really happening and what's from me trying to grow. Because I think if the devil's not talking to you, you're probably right where he wants you to be. And so, if he's got the little whispers and he's trying to mess with you, it might be because you're actually doing something good and he's trying to slow you down. So, yeah. Other than that, I'm doing fantastic. Had a good weekend. Went golfing. Wasn't too happy with the Hogs' performance overall. Happy that we won the West. And then yesterday, church, lunch, baby shower.
Church, lunch, baby shower.
What
a combination.
It was good. Went to a house.
Okay.
The house that this baby shower was in. I'm a trailer park kind of kid.
Woo!
My grandparents used to own a trailer park.
Oh, yeah. I grew up with 6 people in like a 900 square foot home.
Yeah. So, and we were a military family, so I grew up all over these little houses and stuff. This was the people who invented Dillard's house.
Oh.
So.
You mean their mansion?
I found it.
Did they know it was there?
In the library.
Of course.
It's my bookshelf.
How many dead bodies? Okay.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. I did find that.
That's something else.
All I thought about, there's 2 things that crossed my mind whenever I enter a mansion. 1, best game of hide and seek ever.
Oh, absolutely.
2, real life clue.
Yes.
Because they had a library and a study.
And
you have to call, like there's clues.
Yep.
It's been fantastic. But one thing I will say about that house, not one speck of dust.
I believe it.
And over 6,000 square feet.
Jesus.
But unreal.
Unreal.
Great weekend. I'm super happy. I didn't have a whole lot going on this weekend. Jordan did.
I did.
Jordan had the surprise of the century.
Did.
For his baby girl.
For my baby girl. Yep. She's like we talked about earlier. She's a huge horror movie fan, as am I. She adopted that well. And so this weekend was Texas Frightmare, which is one of the biggest horror movie conventions in the South. And it was a couple months ago. It was a surprise for her because we found out that the whole cast of Scream was going to be there,
which is insane.
Yeah. So they had Nev Campbell, David Arquette, Jamie Kennedy, Skeet Ulrich, and Matthew Lillard, which is the main cast.
Yep.
They even had, I did not know this, they even had the guy who does the voice for Ghostface. I always thought it was
the real voice.
Yeah, like it's not a voice changer. It's a guy sounding like that. And
what was his name?
Roger L. Jackson.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know that either.
And so he we actually got to hear him say, "What's your favorite scary movie?" in the voice.
It sounded just like it.
It was fantastic.
That's pretty cool.
We weren't thinking about it. We're like, who's this other guy up here? They're like, oh, the voice of, and I was like, it's just the guy. And then he said it, and me and my daughter looked at each other, and we're just like, oh, it's not a voice modulator. And so that was pretty cool. But no, so the main reason we were going is Matthew Lillard is her favorite actor. She loves everything he's in. She has pictures of him up in her bedroom. So we're like, well, so we'll make sure we get a photo op. Like we bought a photo op for her.
Right.
So and it's like a professional photo op. You walk into like this room or this like curtained area with the lights, professional lighting, a professional camera, and then it prints out by the time you walk over.
Yeah.
And so you're in there. You don't get to talk to him. You don't get to he just comes in, and he was, again, sweetest. He is one of the sweetest humans, and not just like actors. He's one of the sweetest humans.
Yeah.
Because he took enough time, and he understands like it's rotating, but he didn't just take a picture and then let that person go. He would like hold their hand or like put his hand on the small of their back and walk them to the end of the curtain.
Yeah.
Like they would come, he'd make a joke, they would take a picture, and then he would walk them. Instead of just being like, okay, next, he would that was the first thing.
Yeah.
And that was Friday night, or that was Saturday that she got to do that. Friday night and Saturday night is when she got to meet Skeet Ulrich, who is Billy, for those of you that don't know, in Scream. He's the real handsome one with like the 90s hair. She got his picture and she was like, oh my God, this is so great. And like while we're like, all she could do is look at Matthew Lillard because his area was right next to Skeet's. But no, so the Q&A panel was great. We learned some things about the movie that, you know, a lot of people didn't know. There were cast members who would say something and the other cast members were like, I've never heard of this before. And this movie came out 30 years ago.
Yeah, they always just have weird side stories.
And so it was great. Got to learn so much, and Kira got to experience like actors being humans. And then come Sunday, I had to be super dad, because it wasn't just a line. So the line would go to a certain point, and then they would give you a ticket that puts you in a virtual queue. And so they'd call out like, oh, ticket numbers this to this, and then, you know, just keep going. So that it wasn't just a line. It would have filled up the entire convention center.
Right.
So, and plus you can take that ticket and then go walk around.
Right.
We tried Friday, couldn't do it. We tried Saturday, couldn't do it. His line was so long.
Yeah.
So Sunday, I said, girls, the event opened at 11. Our hotel was less than a 5-minute walk. I was like, okay, girls, I'm leaving. Y'all just take your time, get ready. The doors don't open till 11. Checkout's not till 11. I was like, y'all are fine. I'm gonna go stand in line. There were probably
what
still
time?
9 o'clock in the morning, so 2 hours before doors open. There were still at least 150 people in front of me, or more, like because it was already wrapped around the building once. Yeah. And so I sat down and sat there for 2 hours while the line just built and built and built. And we were able to. We rushed in. A couple of people that were sitting by me, we talked and we're like, yeah, we're just here to get
Q&A.
No, not the Q&A, to get the autograph and like personal meet and greet.
Yeah.
I say personal meet and greet, it's still like less than 2 minutes. It's not a long time.
Yeah.
With Matthew Lillard, because he was just maxed out.
Yeah, he was the popular one.
Yeah, so so even though we still I was that close, we still got there, and there was like 4 virtual queues before us.
That's crazy.
But she got there, and she probably had the best celebrity interaction I've ever seen in person.
Okay.
Not just like that I've been involved in, that I've ever seen.
Okay.
This sweet girl, not even before she comes up to him, is in tears.
Yeah.
I mean, even though she took the picture was a shock. She didn't know until we walked in that room what she was doing, which was taking a picture with Matthew Lillard. Right. We were trying to make everything as much of a surprise as we could. But she got their signatures on her little poster. She got Skeet's. And so here we are, like she's walking up to him, like from me to you, and she's just crying.
That's great.
I love that. He hugs her, and I mean, like he hugs her, like one arm around her shoulders, one on her head, just holding this 14-year-old girl who idolizes him. Yeah, I can't say idolize. She's just in love with him, and she kind of like doesn't want to be rude, so she like loosens her grip, and he squeezes, and he says, "You can't let go." He says, "You can't let go first. I'm famous." Meanwhile, the whole time he's got his little JBL speaker and he's changing it and like singing and bebopping to everything. There was one night, just backing up real quick. There was the night before the venue closed. To sign autographs closed at 7. Both he and Skeet Ulrich stayed till 10:30 at night.
Crazy.
Making sure they got everyone's autographs they could.
Crazy.
So just I respect the crap out of him. So not only he hugs Kira and he says that cute little line where he's like, you can't let go first. I'm famous. Then he's talking to her, talking about like her shirt, because we all had my Sinister team shirt. We all had those on. So I saw that. So he's talking to her and he goes to write her name and he misspells her name. Her name is Keira. And so he gets a little piece of paper that has her name on it. And so he's talking to us and he leans down and I see him, like I'm watching. He writes the K and then he writes the I instead of the E. And he writes it and he's like, yeah. And he looks back over at the name and realizes it.
On her shirt?
No, on her poster.
Oh no.
That she bought. That's like a holographic poster. And it's like it's Ghostface, then it's Matthew Lillard, and then you do it in the other way and it's Skeet Ulrich.
Okay.
Like it's the 2 killers from the first movie. Sorry, spoiler alert. But yeah, so he leans back and he goes, "Stand by, you're gonna hate me." And he's like looking at it, he like covers it up, sweet man, covers it up with his arm, and is just talking. He goes, You're really going to be mad at me. And I said, I don't think there's anything you could do to make her mad at you. And he grabs her hand, walks through his line. Like he's like, come with me. And takes Kira's hand and walks through his line, goes back to his table.
Gets a poster.
And finds a poster and he says, which one do you want? And she was like, what? And he's like, which one do you want? And so she picked a poster. I say a poster, it's like an 8x6.
A different one? Or did she stick with
No, it's a different one. And so he takes that poster, and it's a small one. It's just a little like handheld poster it's a typical signature one. And he takes it, tells her to pick, grabs her hand. And of course that just, she's
loving this.
So he takes her hand, walks her back through his crowd, and then writes, spelling sucks. Love Matthew Lillard. And then he fixes the name as best as he can. He turns the I into an E and then writes the rest of it out. But then, so we only paid for the signature. We didn't pay. You can get a selfie with him.
Yeah.
Which I was like, no, we got the professional photo.
Yeah.
And he goes, did y'all order? It doesn't matter. You're getting a picture. And so he took the selfie with her.
Love it.
He took the selfie with her, and then he's like, no, y'all come in. And he's like, now with parents. And so me and Andrea stepped in and took our picture. And then as I'm backing away, he goes, man, and grabs my arm. And he hugs me. And he's like, dude, he's like, your artwork is amazing. And I'm like, man. So I immediately text my tattoo artist. I'm like, hey, guess what?
Yeah, Shaggy just said your shit's awesome.
Yeah. And she like shared that on her page. Like, so I was like, yeah. And so no, I was like, dude, you are a national treasure. We must protect you at all costs. And he goes, no, we have to protect you. I'm like, God, stop being so sweet.
Yeah, this guy's awesome.
But he was, they say don't meet your heroes. And like, I was like, man, he's to me, I think he's the next Keanu Reeves. Like people are going to find out there's stuff that he does and just follow him. Sweet man, during his Q&A, I'll end it after this. The Sweet man's Q&A, he had his own like big like camera up there, and he was taking a picture of like the people. Like at the Q&A, fans were asking questions, and he was taking a picture of them, or like one of the cast members would be saying something, he would just take a picture.
Love that.
And he's just, he's so genuine.
Love that.
Beautiful.
Love it when you meet somebody who has that kind of heart.
Yes.
It's like everything you want them to be, and then some.
Yeah, so that weekend was everything that we really wanted. Kira got to have like the fake makeup put on her neck, like
I saw that the blood,
the movie effects, like slid open.
Question.
Neck. Yeah.
When she found out, like, how did that part happen?
When she found out where we were, like we got there, we walked to the convention.
The whole drive, she was still kind of.
Oh, it wasn't the whole drive. It wasn't until we got to the convention.
Right. I'm saying she didn't know. She had an idea ish.
She did. She knew it was something scary,
but
because of what we told her to pack.
Right.
But she didn't exactly know what.
And then you get there.
She found, so it was levels, and her reactions were perfect. And I love this kid. She was the most appreciative kid.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying like, oh, my kid's better, but like to have a 14-year-old who appreciates what you're doing.
It was grateful.
And she was like, she's like, you spent so much money. She's like, you guys are the best. She said, this is the best trip I've ever been on.
Love that.
And I mean, and she's been on some trips. So it was really nice because she understood it was for her.
Right.
Like this whole weekend was for her. So she got, like I said, she got her posters. She got some jewelry. Like she got, like, we got
the whole night.
There were some great people dressed up. And then me and Andrea also got to meet Kevin Durand, he's usually a bad guy in a lot of things.
Yeah.
So another sweet human. Just like, I don't know what it was about this weekend, but very, very nice people.
He's in Planet of the Apes.
He's in the new Planet of the Apes.
He's the main bad
Prometheus.
Yeah.
He's the protagonist. He is. And I was like, I've been watching all of your TikToks about you taking the ape class.
Yes.
And so he started doing the whole, like he did it for us a little bit.
Love it.
And he did the voice, and it was just awesome. And he like told Andrea, he's like, I really love talking to you guys, because me and Andrea did the autograph. He's like, I really love talking to you guys. And Andrea it's just like, yeah, you can do it anytime. But it was his very first convention.
Really?
As famous as he's not famous, but like,
I mean, he's up there.
I know who he is.
Right. If I see him, I'd be like, oh,
he
shit.
plays a lot of bad guys.
Yeah.
Like he was the bad guy in Austin Powers. He was a bad guy, and he was the big boxer guy in Wolverine Origins.
He was in, was it Walking Tall?
Walking Tall
with The Rock.
Yeah.
Then he was
Michael in
Real Steel. He was a bad guy in Real Steel.
He was Michael in what is that Angel movie with Paul Bettany?
Oh, I know you're talking about.
Yeah. Legion. He's one of the.
That was a scary movie.
He was one of the angels in that. Like I say, he just does a lot of different stuff. But
he's never. I'm not saying he's never. He hasn't been in like one of those massive roles, but he's fantastic as a side character, and you know who he is.
Yeah, and he loves. He said he loves being the bad guy. He's like, I just love being that imposing.
Well, he fits it.
Yeah, but he's just such a sweet guy. I'm like, how do you do that? Like that is acting.
Yeah. Whenever he calls it aping.
Yeah, He's
He just like that.
he's very soft spoken, very kind.
Yeah. He's from like New York or something.
He's Canadian.
I was about to say he has the
It's
accent.
those Canadians, man. Hugh Jackman. No, Hugh Jackman's Australian. Ryan Reynolds, Kevin Durant, Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman. He talks like this from Canada.
Yeah. But
Um,
I thought he was like a northern guy for sure because of his accents there.
yeah,
It's
but
heavy.
no, great weekend. Got to meet some great people, great costumes. Want to go back as long as there's a good like cast that's going to be there, and I know the Q&As are going to be good. I will go back to that
Perfect.
convention. Yes.
Yeah, we got to go to that. That's going to wrap up episode 16 of the We'll See You Later podcast, brought to you by Happy's Energy and Nutrition, the best
Minor
energy. He's out of everything. The best energy and protein shakes on the planet. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We want to be interactive, so keep asking questions. We are going to answer those questions as they come in. We love you guys. Jordan, close us out, good sir.
Yeah, thanks guys for finally interacting with us and sending out a question. We're kind of kicking things off and trying to shorten these for you guys so we can help you kind of pay attention and not hear us dredge on. But thank you guys for going through this with us, and we really look forward to doing another episode and hearing more from you guys so we can interact with you, see you, talk to you. And we do still have some more ideas that
We do.
we are
We got a lot more
growing, so we can have even better content for you
Yeah,
guys.
this is just the start, guys. But if you do us a huge favor, like, comment, subscribe, share. We need it. We need it. We need it. We want to grow. There are 3 things that I tell you need to live by. Okay? You'll be a better human for it. Number 1, don't piss into the wind. Number 2, hogs by 90. And number 3, and the best one, the most important of all, never trust a fart.
Not ever.
And until next time, we'll see you later, guys.
We did the whole episode with the light off. We got to do it again.
No, the battery's dead.
Oh.
Battery's dead. I'm a cheap bastard and left it on. I didn't put a AAA in that thing.
We got to redo the whole episode.
Yep.
Rewind.
Oh,